So now here I've taken exactly 1.5 cup of maida. I've also taken 1.5 cup of whole wheat flour, as I'm going to show you both the breads, one made with whole wheat and one made with maida. Now here I have some warm water. I also have some yeast, and I have a little bit of sugar and some warm milk. Now all ingredients with the exact measurements will be in the description box below. Now first I'm going to add the sugar to the warm water. The water should not be hot, but it should be lukewarm. It should be, that you can easily dip your finger into it. It should be of that, the temperature should be that much, not very hot. So I'm going to now, once the sugar has completely dissolved, I'm going to add my yeast. And I'm just going to give it a very light stir. We don't want to mix it up thoroughly, just a light stir. And then we're just going to let it sit till it froths up and doubles up in size. So it should look like this. Now we are going to grate some cloves of garlic, because this is a garlic bread, so we require a lot of garlic. And if you grate it, then it you don't get these bites of garlic, and it just blends into the bread very well. Now I'm going to add this grated garlic to both my flours equally. I'm also going to add some salt to taste. And I'm going to add this lukewarm milk. I'm going to give everything a thorough mix, and then I'm going to add the yeast. First, I'm going to add it to the whole all-purpose flour. So if you all are using regular maida, your dough should look like this. It becomes extremely sticky. Don't worry about it. Just keep kneading it and add a little flour at a time. Just dust some maida on top and a little bit of olive oil. You can just put a little drops of olive oil and keep kneading this dough, and eventually you will get this very soft and smooth dough. So this is what we're looking for. And then I'm just going to brush a little bit of olive oil, and then I'm going to cover and keep this aside till it doubles in size for almost an hour. I'm going to do the same process with my whole wheat flour too. Friends, you need to keep this dough aside for at least an hour, because it has to double up in size. Only then will you get this lovely light garlic bread, which will bake very well too. So give this dough an hour to sit aside till it doubles up in size. Now I'm going to prepare the other ingredients that we require for this lovely garlic bread. Now I am using chicken, but you can also use paneer, you can use veggies. So I've just sauteing my chicken pieces with a little bit of pepper, salt, and some herbs. And now here I've just melted some butter. I'm going to add some chopped garlic. I'm also going to be adding some pepper powder, chili flakes, and some mixed herbs or Italian seasoning. We're going to give all of this a nice mix. Now my dough has doubled up and is all ready. So I'm just going to dust some flour on the surface, and I'm going to just knead this dough. Then I'm going to be dividing this dough into 2 equal parts. Just smoothen out the dough. And then we're just going to roll it out. Then I'm going to brush some of this butter mixture that I've prepared. Now onto one side, because we're going to fold this up, so onto one side, I'm just going to add a little bit of the chicken, some jalapenos, and a little bit of cheese. Now you can add whatever you want as a stuffing. Then just seal it up well. I've just greased my baking pan. I'm just going to place it, and then I'm just going to cut it up with a knife, but not, don't completely cut it up. Just the top part of it needs to be cut. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other half. Now I would love to hear from you all as to what was this filling or the stuffing that you all put into this stuffed garlic bread. Now sealing up the bread is very important, and then just brush it generously with this butter mixture. Now I've preheated my oven to 200 degrees for 10 minutes. So I'm going to bake this for 10 minutes at 200 degrees and then another 10 minutes at 180 degrees. Just check on the bread because every oven is different. And after about 20 minutes, this is the bread. I'm going to let it completely cool down to room temperature before I cut the garlic bread up. Now I'm just going to use my pizza cutter and just run it through and cut it up into even-sized pieces. It's so easy to work with this bread once it's baked and once it's cooled down. And here it is, friends. You can see the lovely cheese has melted and all the lovely chicken filling and the jalapenos. And you can serve this with some cheese dip or just with some cheese spread, or you can just have it all by itself. So I've repeated the entire process with the whole wheat dough. So you can either make this with whole wheat or you can make it with maida or all-purpose flour.